this is Pottermore. If you ever wanted to explore the castle of Hogwarts, but you were too lazy to read the things, or you didn't want to go through and explore it alone, well, I'm right here with you, buddy. So let's do this. Alright, so here we are. I already went through it a little bit. As you can see, I've found 51 spots. But I'll go through some of them again just so you can get the effect. Still a pretty great hall. The entrance hall is the room that precedes the Great Hall in Hogwarts, but that's not to say all manner of things didn't happen here too. In the books, Sybil Trelawney was unceremoniously fired there by Dolores Umbridge, and Fred and George made their dramatic Hogwarts exit in the entrance hall after setting off a whole bunch of fireworks. That's some good stuff. I really like how I think they did a really good job with including all of the little things from the books, because obviously I'm sure the majority of you have read the books, and so it's just nice to like put like a scene to the visual type deal, you know what I'm saying? Also, I'm probably gonna say that a lot. So, the Sorting Hat's first song. Oh, you may not think I'm pretty, but don't judge on what you see. I'll eat myself if you can find a smarter hat than me. You can keep your bowlers of black, your top hat sleek and tall, for I'm the Hogwarts sorting cap, and I can cap them all. There's nothing hidden in your head the Sorting Hat can't see, so try me on and I will tell you where you ought to be. You might belong in Gryffindor, where dwell the brave at heart. Their daring, nerve and chivalry set Gryffindors apart. You might belong in Hufflepuff, where they are just and loyal. Those patient Hufflepuffs are true and unafraid of toil. Or yet, in wise old Ravenclaw, if you've a ready mind, where those of wit and learning will always find their kind. Or perhaps in Slytherin, you'll make your real friends, those cunning folk who use any means to achieve their ends. So put me on, don't be afraid, and don't get in a flap. You're in safe hands, though I have none, for I'm a thinking cap. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. It's a good one. In my opinion, that's probably the top 3 book. One of the, if not the top book out of the series. Just because it like, you know, introduces everything and you really get to experience this world with Harry, and I think that's just awesome. The Yule Ball. Dress robes will be worn, Professor McGonagall continued, and the ball will start at 8 o'clock on Christmas Day, finishing at midnight in the Great Hall. Now then, Professor McGonagall stared deliberately around the class. The Yule Ball is, of course, a chance for us all to let our hair down, she said in a disapproving voice. Goblet of Fire. So this is like the entrance hall area, as you can see. So all of these little these little anecdotes are going to be about the Great Hall. But this is all about the entrance hall. I didn't want to... Oh, this is a good one. You guys might want to see this one. Fred and George's Great Escape. I love how they do the little fireworks. I think that's very nice. Give her hell from us, Peeves. And Peeves, who Harry had never seen take an order from a student before, swept his belled hat from his head and sprang to a salute as Fred and George wheeled about to tumultuous applause, I hope I pronounced that right, from the students below, and sped out of the open front doors into the glorious sunset. Order of the Phoenix. Alright. Let's do one more here. There's just so much to explore, I don't want to stay in one area too long. Food. Glorious food. In all of the Harry Potter books, the Great Hall at Hogwarts is a location where food is mentioned the most, 74 times in fact. Wow. 74, that's a lot. Also, I just want to also mention how the fact that this music is beautiful. All of this scenery, the music, everything is all from the website directly. And I just think that this music is absolutely beautiful, and they did a really just grand job. Ooh. Also, this is the effect that they have, and the whoosh, the wind sound. It's almost like wee. No. Oh, here we go. That's where I was looking for a little dot. Hat's a fact. When getting sorted into Hogwarts houses, some students confuse a sorting hat, creating a hat stall. This phenomenon occurs when the hat takes more than 5 minutes to decide on a student's house. Near hat stalls include Hermione Granger, nearly a Ravenclaw, and Neville Longbottom, nearly a Hufflepuff. Minerva McGonagall was a true hat stall, with the hat garnishing over putting her in Gryffindor or Ravenclaw. Just like Hermione, isn't that cute? That's a nice little detail, I never knew that. I did not know that. Oh wait, I feel like we missed so much. I don't want to fly away just yet. Dumbledore's office. It was a large and beautiful circular room, full of funny little noises. A number of curious silver instruments stood on spindle-legged tables, wearing and emitting little puffs of smoke. The walls were covered with portraits of old headmasters and headmistresses, all of whom were snoozing gently in their frames. There was also an enormous claw-footed desk, and sitting on a shelf behind it, a shabby, tattered wizard's hat. The sorting hat. Chamber of Secrets. Beautiful. I just absolutely love the way she describes everything in this world. It's just awesome. Hogwarts portraits. Hogwarts portraits can move from picture to picture and interact with the living world. How much they can do this, however, depends on the power of the portrait subject. Okay. You know what? This is a very interesting subject. I never understood, like, the whole portrait thing. Like, what is it like? Is it the person in the portrait, or is like the portrait itself its own being, or okay? Well, apparently it says Hogwarts portraits. Okay, so the portrait itself, I guess, can move from picture to picture and interact with the living world. So okay, so they're saying that the portraits are like their own versions of themselves. They're their own beings, and they can interact from picture to picture in the living world. Okay, because I always thought that it was like if there was like a portrait of like Albus Dumbledore or something, like and he would like move from the picture. I thought that was like him like literally moving from. I don't know, maybe I'm right or wrong. I have no idea. Somebody explain it to me. I'm all afraid to get things wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know. Alright, so it says how much they can do this, however, depends on the power of the portrait subject. The painter would use the sitter's favorite phrases or personality traits and input them into the painting. Oh, okay. So the painter would almost create a version of them. Alright. So this is why Sir Cadogan is always challenging people to fights. And the fat lady has become a penchant for chocolate liquors. Liquors? Liquors? I don't want to hear it. When it comes to headmasters and headmistresses' portraits, the subject must visit their portrait and chat to it on regular occasions to teach it to perfectly reflect themselves after they passed. Oh, okay. Well, that's lovely. So okay, there we go. There's question answered. If anybody wanted to know. The portraits are versions of the life, if they're being copied from somebody who was actually living. They're not actually them, though. Just versions of them. That's cool. Interesting. Very interesting. What we got over here? A Hogwarts romance! Ew! Madame Pince, the Hogwarts librarian, was suspected of having had a romantic relationship with the Hogwarts caretaker, Argus Filch. Really? We got wind of this in Half-Blood Prince, when Harry told Hermione he thought there was something going on between them. How scandalous. How scandalous indeed. Oh, it's a little dot. Boop. What do we got here? Silence in the library. I really... see, the little details with the little pictures here. Can I click on it? Yes, but it doesn't do anything. Okay. Silence in the library. The library is home to a seemingly never-ending treasure trove of knowledge, stacked high with every tome imaginable. It's where you will most likely have found Hermione, who regarded it as a sanctuary of learning. But other students, not so much. Of course, most are more interested in the restricted section, where a number of darker books can be found. For example, one of the first books Harry found was one that couldn't stop screaming when he opened it. So much for silence in the library. Haha. I'm not gonna go to every one, by the way. A slippery slope. The stairs to the Gryffindor girls' dormitory will turn into a slide if any boys try to walk up them. According to Hogwarts A History, the Hogwarts founders thought boys were less trustworthy than girls. That's hilarious. So that means that if any boy tries to go up the stairs, it just turns into a slide. I wonder if it's the same on the boys' side. Probably not. Apparently, girls are more trustworthy. Alright, we'll skip that one. We'll go to this one. Because it's by a little window. Ooh, the house ghosts. How did each Hogwarts house ghost die? Well, nearly headless Nick was nearly beheaded. The fat friar was executed. The Grey Lady was murdered by the Bloody Baron. And the Bloody Baron killed himself in remorse for what he'd done to the Grey Lady. Lovely stuff. The Bloody Baron, he's like, what have I done? No, I can't go on. Ooh. What do we got here? Muggle magic. Muggle technology famously does not agree with Hogwarts. However, Muggle Studies students are allowed to use Muggle Internet as research for that particular lesson. Really? So does that mean they go on they go on the internet? I wonder if some of them go on Facebook and YouTube and they're like, what the heck is wrong with these Muggles? Don't go to Twitter or Tumblr or Reddit. Don't look at it. You don't want to know. We imagine this takes place away from the castle due to Hogwarts' incompatibility with anything electronic. Yeah, I read in another one of these little thingies that any Muggle technology goes haywire every time it's near the castle. So your cell phone won't work here. Let's go to this one. Greenhouse 3. There are 3 known greenhouses at Hogwarts, which contain gradually more interesting plants the higher the number. Harry started in the Greenhouse 1, but eventually got to sample the delights of Greenhouse 3, which included pus-filled Bubbatubers. Bubbatubers. I like that word. Bubbatubers. I'm probably saying it so wrong. It's okay. One more about the garden. This one. Greenhouses. Ew! Yay, I'm glad we did this. I really like plants. It's really nice. It's just so nice, you know? The greenhouses are where Hogwarts students go to study herbology, led by Professor Sprout, the eccentric head of Hufflepuff House. We know there are at least 3 greenhouses, each one holding increasingly more interesting, dangerous-looking plants. Yep. They are where Professor Sprout grew mandrakes, plants with powerful restorative properties that cure the students attacked by the basilisk in Chamber of Secrets. Thank God for you, Professor Sprout. If not, Hermione would still be gone. And of course, we can't forget Colin. Among the horrible books we know exist in the restricted section of the Hogwarts library, are most potent potions and magic most evil. The latter lets out a ghostly wail when you shut it, giving a whole new meaning to the phrase, I couldn't put the book down. Whoa. So this is like the library area, I guess? Yes. A paper paradise. And then, of course, there was the sheer size of the library. Tens of thousands of books, thousands of shelves, hundreds of narrow rows. Beautiful. Alright, I just want to say, I am not going to do the whole entire castle in this one part. Let me know if you guys want to see a part 2. where I could finish the Hogwarts castle and also look at the other places, because in this website you can see right there, you can visit the Quidditch pitch and you can also visit the Forbidden Forest, which is pretty cool. But I'll do a few more here just to finish it up here. See what we got going on up here. I'm trying to get up to the tower. Yeah, here we go. A short history of house points. Albus Dumbledore gave out the most house points during the course of the Harry Potter books. Severus Snape deducted the most. What a surprise. No smoke without fire. Harry and Hermione were tasked to go to the astronomy tower to transport Norbert. Look at that little dragon tail. How cute. Hagrid's illegal pet dragon. To Charlie Weasley's friends. Unfortunately, they were caught and lost a gargantuan 150 Gryffindor house points for their troubles. That's a lot of house points. This is like the tower area. Fox's song. No! And he knew, without knowing how he knew it, that the Phoenix had gone, had left Hogwarts for good. Just as Dumbledore had left the school, had left the world, had left Harry. That was, if not the most toughest death of the series. What was yours? Leave it in the comments below. What was your most tragic death? Is that all of it? Did I get it all? There's no way I got it all. Oh yeah, see, there's some over here. Harry's a hoot! The Owlery was the place where Harry had his first proper conversation with his then-crush, Cho Chang, in which he didn't embarrass himself once. Hooray! We wonder what else those owls have seen. We'll do one more, and then we'll end this pot here. How about that? I just don't want it to be too long, that's all. Unless you want it to be longer, I don't know. I feel like I get a mixed message with these things on YouTube. It's like either people want a really long video or they want a really short video. So, I don't know anymore. The Owlery was I feel like I say that word weird. Was a circular stone room. Rather cold and draughty. Because none of the windows had glass in them, the floor was entirely covered in straw, owl droppings, and the regurgitated skeletons of mice and voles. Hundreds upon hundreds of owls of every breed imaginable were nestled here on perches that rose right up to the top of the tower, nearly all of them asleep, though here and there a round amber eye glared at Harry. Goblet of Fire. So what's really cool about this place is that, see, we can go to Forbidden Forest too, is that even the music when you go to a different area is different. So this music that you hear in the background is specifically made for the Hogwarts section. So I'm just gonna quickly woo, wee, pretty, and that just takes us to over here. Whoa! Wow! See, that's so cool. Look at this. Woo! Woohoo! And that just takes us right to the beginning. Well, alrighty then. If you enjoyed this, that's awesome. I'm glad you did. Let me know if you would like to see more of me, of the exploration of the Wizarding World, of the Hogwarts Pottermore area. Also, if you want to see more on Pottermore in general, like, I could take some quizzes for you about which house I'm in, what's my Patronus and all that. Well, I hope you all enjoyed, and I wish you a good day. Bless you all, and all that other stuff. Good-bye.